The information and opinions you hear on this radio show are those of the guests and callers and do not necessarily reflect the opinions of KFNX, its affiliates, management, or advertisers.
Networking Arizona is brought to you by Hypnotic One. You can visit them on the web at hypnotic1.com. That's hypnotic1.com. The show is also brought to you in part by .com Marketing, a strategic marketing partner of Networking Arizona.
Welcome to Networking Arizona with host Carol Blonder. You'll hear interviews with businesses located throughout the valley. Networking, it makes a difference.
If I traded it all.
Happy Good Friday to everybody out there, and it's a beautiful weekend. It's a great time to be networking with everybody out there. It's busy on the freeway, so that's good. There's traffic out there, so you can listen to some of the things I have going. I have a newbie with me right now, and I'm really excited about bringing her on. I do want to say hi to everybody on Facebook. We are live, so hi, like us, follow us. We're going to share the show afterwards, and I'm just going to go right into networking with everyone. My first guest is Dr. Sabrina Solt, and she is with Revive Wellness. Welcome to the show. You have to tell everybody a little bit about yourself and what you do at Revive Wellness.
Well, first of all, thank you so much for having me on. It's an absolute honor to be here and get to talk to you today.
Thank you.
So Revive Wellness, we are actually a regenerative medicine facility, and a lot of what we specialize in is stem cells. That has been pretty much what I've been doing my whole entire career, and I am so excited to share that with you guys today.
It's a hot topic. It's a hot topic, but it's also sort of controversial because people don't know anything about it.
And that's what I'm here to clear up today. I'm here to tell you guys all about what we do, kind of dispel a lot of the myths out there, and just provide as much education as I can.
Now, I do want to talk about, I'm going to go right to the bottom question first, which is kind of fun. I like to do stuff like this to people, which is, I want them to understand that at Revive Wellness, when you say that it's, regenerative, but it's also a lot of different other things. I want to talk about your services so they understand that there's a lot more than just the stem cells that you do.
Yes, so in addition to stem cells, we also do PRP therapy, which is something that I take from a person's own blood, and the options for that are pretty much endless. We can do joint regeneration, soft tissue regeneration. We can even do sexual dysfunction treatments with that, as well as even facials. Really, really cool stuff. Also do a lot of nutritional IVs, and then we also do some bioidentical hormone replacement, and then we have a couple really cool devices in office too. One of them is called the Vivive, and it's actually a radio frequency device that can help women who have difficulty with leakage. And then another device we have is called the CryoSkin, and this is actually a body contouring device, so it can help with fat loss and toning and cellulite.
So a lot. It's the gamut. But you know what, ladies and gentlemen out there, I mean, the ones that have that problem, I know everybody, I know I'm sneezing like crazy right now, and every time, so that's awesome that you have all that. So there's a lot of stuff that you have there besides this. But I want to talk a little bit about stem cell therapy. I'd like to open up to the audience if it's okay with you.
Sure.
I know that you also offer a 1-hour consultation. Now, in this consultation for this, when you work with them, let's tell them a little bit about what they're going to get in that consultation.
Yes, so we do offer a 1-hour free consultation for anyone who's interested in our regenerative services. So what that involves is you coming into the office, bringing in any studies that you might have. So this includes x-rays, MRIs, and sitting down with us and just really going over in detail what it is that's bothering you and seeing if you're a candidate for any of our therapies. Most people are.
So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to open up the lines to the audience for people out there that might have a question. Sure. And I'm going to let you just, if you have something and you want to talk about maybe that you're dealing with. With stem cells, a lot of people don't understand it, but they also are waiting till like the last minute. They've tried everything, right?
Oh my gosh, I can't even tell you. Most of my patients, that's what happens. They've seen every other specialist, they've seen every other surgeon, and they don't want to do the surgery, or they don't believe that they should have to go through all of that, and then they come to me as kind of the last resort, and we get them some incredible results.
So here's what we're going to do. We're going to open up the lines here. Just if you guys have any questions, you can call in and ask. He can answer them for you. Our number here is 602-277-5369, and toll free it's 1-866-536-1100. The website is what there?
www.reviveaz.com.
So it's reviveaz.com, and you can also call them direct. They will do a free consultation with you. Their phone number is 602-595-7836. They're located at 67th Avenue and the 101. Okay, first of all, everybody wants to know, the first question is it safe?
It is absolutely safe, and I'll tell you why. The number one reason is because we are taking a product directly from your own body. So that means there's no risk of rejection, no risk of infection, and most procedures are done same day, 1 to 2 hours, and I've personally had this done, and I was able to work the whole rest of the day. Downtime is minimal, pain is next to none. It's pretty amazing.
Okay, so let me ask you this too. Where can you do it? On anything?
Depends what we're doing. So the two main ways, actually the two only ways to get real live stem cells clinically is either through a fat harvest or a bone marrow harvest. When we're harvesting bone marrow, we can actually use that for musculoskeletal conditions, and this has been widely used since the 1930s. It's very well researched, a lot of literature backing up all the choices that we're making in that sense, and that's appropriate for people up to about age 60 or so, because after that, the stem cells do actually lose their potency as people age. But again, musculoskeletal conditions, so lots of knees, hips, shoulders, elbows, you name it. If you've got osteoarthritis, if you have a tendonitis, if you have a rotator cuff partial tear, bone marrow can be a really great choice for you.
People with arthritis then?
Osteoarthritis, yes.
Osteoarthritis, okay. And here's the thing too that I want to know. A lot of people out there have had surgeries already, you know, and they think they have to live it because, you know, they've had the surgery and it doesn't really work, right? It's okay, it's better, but not really better.
Yeah.
Can you help them even though they've gone through surgery?
It depends on the surgery. A total knee replacement, unfortunately, there's not much I can do, right? Because if I put stem cells in a knee that's only metal, the stem cells aren't going to know what to do.
They don't know what that is.
They don't know what to do. So there's not much they can do there. But say they've had a rotator cuff repair and it just hasn't quite healed right. That can absolutely be helped with stem cells most of the time. Again, this is where we really take into consideration each person and do that consultation with them so we make sure that we can help them before we get them in.
Yeah, you've got to know whether you're a candidate. That's the first thing, is whether, you know, just like anything else, you have to talk to them and you go over their x-rays.
We go over x-rays, we go over MRIs, we go over other health issues, and we really take into account the whole person. We even, you know, consider things like, are you a smoker? What medications are you taking? What is your lifestyle like? We want to make sure that we're making the best choice for each individual and really making sure that you are a good candidate so that we get you good outcomes.
Now, their website, again, it's reviveaz.com. You can check them out there, and you can also call in here if you have any questions, whether you're dealing with pain. Maybe it's you, maybe it's someone that you know. What I love about this show, and I say it almost every show, is that it's information for people.
Exactly.
You know, and you know, you're going to take it with you, and you're going to think about it, and give us a call here if you have a question. The doc is in to answer them. And you can call here at 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. Check them out on their website. They do free consultations. This is a 1-hour free consultation to go over your x-rays and all of your other health concerns. And, you know, you'll find out whether you're a candidate or not. So it's reviveaz.com. All right, so we talked a little bit about the safeness of it. There are different things that you have, that you do, and different things that you put in, right?
Yep, so I talked briefly about bone marrow.
How do you know which one to put in?
So I talked briefly about bone marrow and how that would be a great choice for musculoskeletal condition. The other option that we have is harvesting stem cells from fat tissue. Fat tissue, most of the Americans have an abundance of it. You know,
yes, we do.
Cheek, but, you know, it's also a really great way to harvest stem cells with the added bonus of a minor liposuction procedure. I mean, who doesn't want that, right? So
you have your lipo?
You have your lipo?
You take the fat, you put it on the side, then you put it back in so that your knees don't hurt anymore.
Simply put, yes. There's a few more steps involved, but yes, that's the gist of it. So I do a process that actually isolates the stem cell fraction from the adipose tissue itself. And this is a really neat processing because it actually makes the cells safe for intravenous use. So we've used that in patients with a number of different disorders and have seen some really excellent results because it's able to go throughout the body.
Oh, so that's almost killing two birds at one stone in sort of in that funny way.
Yes.
But, I mean, where else would you get there? Where you're going to take it from them, so it's a great time to do it. Again, we've got our lines open here. We're going to go to a break, and when we come back, we're going to talk further a little bit about what they can do. It's a different type of a subject. You know, a lot of people are on the fence with it, but I do know that a lot of people are very interested in it at the same time. So if you want to call in, the doc is in to answer some questions if you like. We are going to offer that free consultation to everyone that calls in. That's a 1-hour consultation that she's going to go over your x-rays and also to any of your health concerns. concerns and find out whether you're a candidate or not. Our number here is 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. Check them out on their website. It's reviveaz.com. Hang tight. We'll be back in just a minute.
For trading it all, if I gave it.
So welcome back, everyone. And we are talking with Dr. Sabrina Salt, and she's with Revive Wellness. We're talking a little bit about stem cells, and yeah, it's a little bit different, and it's good. But they do everything in their office, lots of stuff. Anyone that just tuning in, tell them what you do.
So in addition to stem cells, we do regenerative therapies like PRP, which again is a product that we get from your own blood. We also do some hormone optimization therapy using bioidentical hormones. We'll also do nutritional IVs, and then we have a couple of really cool devices. One of them is called the Vivive, and this one is for women who are suffering with incontinence or leaking while exercising or sneezing, stuff like that. And another thing called the CryoSkin, which is actually a body contouring device.
So we're going to talk a little bit about some of that actually coincides with this. We are going to open up the lines to the audience too for everyone that if you want to call, ask a question. I know it's a little bit different, but the people that are dealing with pain, a lot. I know pain is awful to live with, and if you're at that point where you just don't know what you want to do, if you have any questions about this, the doc is in to answer them. Our number here, 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. Check them out on their website. It's reviveaz.com. You can also call them. Their phone number is 602-595-7836, or just call in here at 602-277-5369. Okay, at the break we were talking about who's your client?
So most of my patients are 55 and over.
That's me.
That's a lot of people. And it's because at that point, a lot of people are just victims to the case of time, and they're over their bodies. Things start breaking down. Knees start hurting, hips start hurting, shoulders start hurting, and it's just the little things on a daily basis that start bringing them down. And what we're about at Revive is, one, saving people from surgery, because at that point, nobody really wants to undergo surgery. And then two, improving quality of life. We really try to get actionable goals and measurable goals from a lot of our patients, things like wanting to pick up their grandkids, wanting to go play tennis at the clubhouse, or wanting to play an instrument without pain, and we really try to help them achieve those goals within a measurable time period.
Well, you shouldn't have to live with pain, and there's so much that happens in the world of medicine on a daily basis.
Yes.
And for this, I know that it's different, but you talked also a little bit about possibly banking.
Yes.
And I want to talk about what that is, but before that, what I really want to know is how fast can it take for somebody to feel better?
So that's a really interesting question, and this is something that does vary from patient to patient, because stem cells, again, it's something that we take from the host and give back to the host, so the host is our variable. Now, initially what's going to happen with stem cells is that they seek out areas of damage and inflammation, and the absolute first thing that they do then is knock down inflammation. So if somebody's pain is coming from just an abundance of inflammation, they're going to notice some pain reduction usually within the first couple weeks. Now, as far as the healing, the regeneration, the growth of new tissue, that's more in the 6 to 12 week period. Now, after about 12 weeks, that's at the point where we decide, do we need to do an additional treatment, or where have we got you?
Well, again, what does it take for them on their part? Because you said it's the host, not me, but the host, who, they have to have a part in this. So what is their part in it?
So that is something that I individualize for each patient. I think something that sets us apart from a lot of the other facilities out there, where we're not just, pick a product and shoot. We really want to make sure we're taking into consideration things in each individual's lifestyle. So sometimes that means adjustments in diet. Sometimes that means adding in supplements. Sometimes that means involving some of the nutritional IVs that we actually offer in office to really kind of prime the body and get that patient ready to receive stem cells in the best state possible.
So again, you could check them out on their website. It's reviveaz.com. They're located at 67th Avenue and the 101. They offer free 1-hour consultation. Everyone that's calling in, you're going to get that 1-hour consultation to go over your x-rays and also any health issues that you're dealing with, and to find out whether you are a candidate for this. Their number direct at 602-595-7836, or you can call in here too and ask a question, or if anybody that didn't ask a question but just wants to call in and get the 1 hour consultation. We're going to let you call throughout the rest of the show for it as well. Our number here is 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. Okay, you mentioned a little bit about banking their own.
Yes.
Why would someone even want to do that?
Oh my gosh. Well, first of all, this is one of the things that really separates us apart from a lot of other facilities that are doing stem cells as well. And it's because we have this ability to bank a patient's stem cells. So what that means is during the liposuction, the fat harvest, we send enough cells or enough tissue to a bank down in Florida where they will actually create about 25 to 30 additional doses of that patient's own stem cells that they can use at any point in their life for whatever that might come up. So you take a fall, you hurt your shoulder, maybe something happens and you need to do an intravenous administration to help all your internal organs. They're ready for you when you need them. It's like a 401k for your health.
Wow, that's pretty interesting.
It's pretty cool.
So, okay, let me ask you this. How much stem cells do you take out so that, you know, when you're saying you can use it for the rest of your life and let's say you're 50. Mm-hmm. You're figuring you're going to live another 40 years, and a lot can happen in that time.
Yes.
How much stem cells do you take out in order to have that on the side?
So you're going to be really surprised.
How much is in a stem cell shot?
So when I'm doing a processing in office to give back to you that day, I'm taking about a stick of butter's worth of fat.
Okay.
So that's a good visual. Mm-hmm. Now I only need to take another stick of butter worth of fat to send to the bank for them to create all of those doses.
And we have that.
And exactly. And it's funny that you mentioned, you know, people at 50 maybe only living another 40 years. There was actually 2 studies that just came out of Miami last year that actually showed that stem cells have anti-aging properties, meaning you do.
So now you're going a little longer.
Now you're going a little longer, which is really cool. They actually measured signs of aging, and the intravenous stem cells did improve those in older populations. So, I mean, it's not too late. You're never too old. Today is the good time.
When you do this lipo and you take the stem cells, whether or not you do 1 stick of butter or 2, let's say, when do you do then take it and put it back in? Is it all on that same day?
It's all on the same day, yeah.
Oh, wow.
And we do it within about 2 hours. So during that time, again, we do that procedure, and it's such a minor procedure, super easy, pretty painless. I've had it done.
Where did you have it done?
I had it done on my back, actually.
Okay.
So it took from my love handles. I had a little bit of extra baby chub left over after my pregnancy, so we took that away. And I had some pretty awesome results myself. So I'm a big proponent of this. There are very few things that I wouldn't give my patients that I haven't done to myself or to my family.
And the downtime again is?
Honestly, next to nothing. You might be a little bit sore and tender for a few days, but again, like I said to you earlier, I was working that same day.
That's amazing. Again, you could check it out. Is all that information on your website?
It should be, and if not, they can always call the office. The girls that answer the phones are incredible, Shelby and Casey, and they know pretty much everything because they've heard pretty much everything. And if for some reason they don't know, they get me and they get right back to you.
So it's reviveaz.com, and their phone number directed 602-595-7836. And everyone that's calling in, and I'm going to let you call throughout the rest of the show, is going to get a 1-hour free consultation to go over all of your x-rays, find out your health issues, and whether or not you are even a candidate for this. And, you know, even if you start with one thing, you know, maybe you start with small steps. You get that lipo done, you got that on the side. Can they come back if they want to, or does it have to be done in one day?
As far as delivering the stem cells again? Mm-hmm. So that would all happen on the same day.
No matter what? Okay.
Yeah, and that's because we're not a tissue bank, so we can't store a person's tissue at our facility. It all has to be done within the same surgical procedure. Mm-hmm. But again, that's why we have the banking. So they only have to undergo the liposuction one time. It's only one procedure. Then you got it for life. Then you got it for life.
Again, you can call in here. Our number here is 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. Really quickly, other than the stem cells, I want to just talk about the cryo skin that you mentioned.
Yes.
What is that?
So it's a body contouring device, and it uses heat and cold to actually pretty much burn up fat cells. It actually causes them to bust open, and then your body's lymphatic system gets rid of them over the following weeks. It's really neat. We've had a lot of patients losing anywhere from half to 1 inch in one session. So it's
really not just, it's for your entire, like anywhere
So we've had people use it on their abdomen, on their love handles, on their thighs, even under the chin. People who get those double chins.
Like mine.
Not like yours. But we've had some really great results with that. So Love that.
Lots of other stuff. Hormones, nutritional IVs, that's really big too right now. And popular.
Yes.
So what are the ones that you do that might be different?
So we have 5 blends on our menu currently. Our most popular one by far is our immune system boosting blend, and that's because people love getting their IVs when they're feeling sick. Anytime somebody has the flu,
They love them. The people that
love
listen to this audience also like the B12 kind of stuff.
Yep.
Anything that's going to
and we
boost
do
them up.
B12 shots as well, and we do add the skinny boosters to those too. So the fat burners go in those as well.
It's all about feeling good about yourself and rejuvenating yourself.
Exactly.
Right? And in many different ways. So you could check them out on their website. It's reviveaz.com. They're located at 67th Avenue and the 101. You can call them direct. They can answer any of your questions there at 602-595-7836. Call in here. I'm letting everyone call throughout the rest of the show to get a 1-hour free consultation. They're going to go over all your x-rays, find out your health issues, whether it's with this or any of the other different things that they offer, and it's a lot. So again, we can call in here at 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. You can also check them out on their website. It's reviveaz.com, or call them direct and they'll answer all of your questions at 602-595-7836.